Popho Luminaire 100 is a daylight balanced film at 100 ISO. It's respooled Kodak Aerocolor, and it is produced by Popho Camera Co out of Montreal. Kodak Aerocolor is originally intended for aerial photography, so you know this film is going to be crisp and produce really sharp negatives. According to their website, this film also features warm tones, enhanced red light sensitivity, and a wide dynamic range, while maintaining a medium contrast look. The film is factory spooled in recyclable plastic cassettes and can be developed in C41. Welcome to Saki Films, let's get into it. So as I said, this film is produced out of Canada, Montreal specifically, and subject to any tariffs, don't get me started. This film retails for about $11 a roll. On their website, they also carry a ton of other films, including products from other distributors, such as Flick Film, a fellow Canadian producer. I came across this film pretty early in my film journey. I was just kind of browsing the internet looking for new films when my local lab back in Salt Lake was charging me $17 a roll for Kodak Gold. Now, eventually I did learn I could get Kodak Gold for way cheaper and not get ripped off in the process, but still, $11 for this really high quality film, not a bad deal at all. I'm talking about this film today because I finally shot my last roll that I bought of it after not having shot it for quite some time, despite always really enjoying my results. Okay, let's set the scene. My new local lab, who doesn't rip me off, is Eastern Standard Photo here in Pittsburgh. Kelly, who runs it, is awesome. Being pretty new to the area, I joined the film club that she runs out of her lab, just as a chance to meet some new people and get to know the area. Through that, I found out about an awesome project opportunity that she was getting off the ground. Pittsburgh Streets, Volume 1. This awesome little zine is a collection of a bunch of local photographers' work that Kelly orchestrated. What she did is she assigned each of us a random street here in Pittsburgh, and we had to go photograph one roll of film on that street. Choose any film, go at any time, you just had to get it in by the deadline. Once you did, you submitted a couple of your favorite photos to her, and she put them together in this zine. And it even features my photo from Brereton Street. The project was so fun. I hopped in my car, headed down to Brereton Street, and thought to myself, hey, street photography, black and white, let's do this. I had a roll of Ilford HP5, so I loaded up my camera and shot through the whole roll. I think I got some good photos compositionally, but for whatever reason, HP5 and I just don't mix very well. I'm never really that happy with my results. So I submit a few photos, the zine comes out, it's awesome as you saw, and it does really well. So what does Kelly do? She goes for round 2, and obviously I sign up. I start thinking about what other black and white film do I have in my stock, and so I head over to my collection of film, I start looking through it. All I have is one roll of HP5, and a little bit of expired Ortho 80 from Ilford. But it's going to be most likely cloudy and overcast. It's spring here in Pittsburgh, and so 80 ISO expired film, probably not the way to go, and I was just disappointed with my HP5 photos, so I had to come up with something else. I definitely need to go buy some more black and white film, but my photos were due soon, so I had no time to go out and buy more film. So that left color film. Let's look through what I have. Got some Lomo red scale. No. I've got one roll Portra 400. Don't know that I want to use that expensive a film on this project. What else? Oh, I have some Kodak Vision ECN2 developed, but I'd have to send it away to a lab and it's too tight a turnaround for that. And then I see it, tucked in amongst some random other films, my last roll of Popho Luminaire 100. I think back to photos I've taken in the past and I go, you know, I really like this film. It's one I've always been happy with. I even like it when it's slightly underexposed, so 100 ISO in overcast March, that should be okay. So I loaded it up and headed out, and of course, there was not a cloud in the sky, and because of my schedule, I was out shooting at 1 p.m., the brightest conditions possible. Luckily, I still like this film even when it is exposed properly. So now I can talk more about the experience of this project. I really love it, especially as someone new to the area. It's taking me to streets I would never have gone to before, and getting to just walk around and experience the area somewhere that's not high traffic is really the personality of the city really comes to life. Maybe the harsh shadows would have looked cool on black and white, but having some of the muted greens from some deadish grass and getting the color and the personality of the place, I'm really happy I shot color. I did get a bit of a greenish cast when I scanned them at home, something I could easily fix in post, but you know, it kind of gives it a matrixy feel and I'm okay with that. The street I was assigned was not downtown. It is very much just a regular street where regular people go about their regular lives, and that's perfect. There was a corner store at the top, there were some cars on the street, there was, you know, Halloween decorations still up, just a normal place that you'd see any other day. But taking the time to document this, I think is really important. It helps capture the real feel of the place, not just its showy lights or big events, but what it's actually like to live here. I got into photography because I love to travel and capture beautiful landscapes and crazy places I've never been before. So just walking down what, for lack of a better word, is a mundane street was really kind of a break from my normal flow. But that's kind of what I love about this project. This type of street is normally the one that gets forgotten to history. You'd never see it documented, it's not making the front page of newspapers, it's not going to be the image that when they look up Pittsburgh in 500 years, you're going to see it shown. But now it's a piece of history. Now it is documented. It'll show up in Pittsburgh Streets Volume 2, and anyone who lived there, had a friend who lived there, who just knew the area, will get to see what their life was documented. And I think that's really cool. And as someone who does more landscape work than street photography, it's a fun challenge. I'm not great and super comfortable going up to people or taking their photos, so I often kind of approach it like I do a landscape. I put a stop sign in the foreground instead of a tree, use a city skyline as the mountains in the background, or just try and create some depth wherever possible. And yeah, as you can see, the photos turned out really nice. I'm very happy with them, I'm pleased with the tones, and I definitely need to pick up a few more rolls of Popho Luminaire. It's one that I think just gives you a little bit of differentiation from the normal stocks I shoot. And it can really bring some character and some vibrancy to scenes that might not normally stand out. So yeah, if you're ever in the Pittsburgh area, check out Eastern Standard Photo. Kelly is amazing, it's super fun, just stop in. And consider checking out Popho Camera Co online and ordering some film for yourself. Full disclosure, not sponsored by either of these, but hey, maybe one day. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and as always, be safe.